I'd like to begin sitting cross-legged, and if you need to sit in a different way for your own body, please do so. And throughout the class, I really encourage you to listen to your body. So if your body needs to do less, or wants to do more, or needs to skip any exercise, please do that. This is not a place to push. This is a place to connect and listen. So that being said, we can start the listening by closing the eyes, allowing us to connect more with what we're experiencing. I think it was Van Gogh who said, "I close my eyes so that I might see." And then just feel the sensations of the body. You might start by feeling the places that are heavy and really surrendering into that heaviness. And then also feeling the places that are light, that are soft and open. Maybe allowing the breath to make those places even softer, more spacious, more free. And then as we deepen the breath, we can feel the effects of the inhale and the exhale on our bodies, on our minds, on our hearts. Notice the places that resist the breath, the places that welcome it, the places that move, the places that don't, and the places that relax. And then on an inhale, open the arms out to the side, sending the chest out and the eyes up. Exhale, bend the elbows, round the back, bring the forearms together, drop the head. Inhale, lift the head and lift the elbows, keeping them together, get them as high as they'll go. And then exhale, bring the hands together at the heart. Inhale, open, chest out, eyes up, big breath wide from left hand to right. Exhale, rounding, elbows, hands. Inhale, lifting, lengthening, reaching. Exhale, hands to heart. And then just continue like that at your own pace. Let the pace be set by the length it takes you to breathe in and out. last one. And then when the hands come back to the heart, you can leave them there for a moment. And circle the hands around at the wrists. And reverse. Send the arms out to the side, making light fists, and then circle the fists. And reverse. And then bring the hands onto the shoulders and circle the elbows. Rolling the shoulders. Breathing in and breathing out. And circle the other way. And then send the arms out in front and straighten and bend, tapping the shoulders. Just getting all the joints today. Best thing you can do to keep your joints healthy is move them. It stimulates the synovial fluid, which is the lubricant that keeps the joints smooth. Good. And then hands in front and open and close, open and close, open and close. Beautiful. And release the arms down. Bring the hands to the ground in front of you. And then go from side to side. And come back to center, bringing the hands to the ground and walking them forward. And then see if the elbows can drop, if the top of the head can drop. See if any thoughts can drop. Pay attention to your breath to the exclusion of thought. Breathing very deliberately so there's complete unification of body, breath, and mind. So the mind is the factor that knows what's happening, but it's also the place where we experience the feedback. So if there's an emotional response or a mood or a judgment, that's also in the mind. And then the mind can be aware of the mind. So the knowing part can also take in the experience. Okay, and then walk the hands in. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale the arms down. Notice the cross of your legs. Release them. Shake them out. Maybe rub the knees. And then cross them with the opposite leg in front or on top. And again, listen to your body. If that's not going to work for you, then don't do it. Okay. And then we'll bring light fists to the shoulders. I'm going to show it slow and then we'll pick up the pace. We're going to inhale and reach the arms up and straighten the hands. Exhale and come back down. And it's going to be a rapid breath as quickly as you can. If you find that you're going so fast that you're losing the coordination between the movement and the breath, go slower. Inhale up, exhale down. So now we're working the fingers and the elbows and the shoulders and the breath. My friend in her 80s was getting some arthritis in her hands several years ago, and we got her doing this every day and it went away. And inhale deep, hold the breath, make fists and press the fists together, and then pull up from the anal muscles, the floor of the pelvis, the belly. Pull the throat up, press the tongue up, roll the eyes up. Hold the breath here as long as you can. And when you need to release, fold over your legs. Stay connected to the inner experience, the felt sense of the breath and the body. Slowly roll yourself up. Reach the arms up, stretch long, inhale. Exhale, release down. Release the legs. Shake them out. Good. And then point and flex the feet. And as you're pointing, curl the toes. As you're flexing, straighten the toes. So we're even working the little joints in the toes in addition to the ankles. Good. Circle around at the ankles. And the other way. Okay. And then we'll work with the knees a little bit. If you're able to join, please do. If not, please don't. So we'll bring the left first two fingers around the left big toe. And the way that I learned this posture, the right hand was also taking the right big toe, but I personally prefer the modification with the right hand alongside the body, so you see what works for you. I'm going to start by lifting, and then we're just going to bicycle backward. So you want to try to bring the knee as far back as you can, and then straighten the leg. And then circle forward. Okay. And then with the leg straight, bring the right hand to the outside of the left foot. If you don't reach the foot, anywhere along the leg is fine. Bring the left hand to the ground. Inhale and press down into your left hand, lifting tall, and then exhale and turn. Send the left arm straight back behind you. Flex your feet. Deepen your breath. Track the breath from the beginning to the middle to the end, and then back again. Good. And then bring the left hand back down, bring the left foot down, with the foot slightly away from the other leg so that the ankle lines up with the sit bone. Then we'll bring the right hand to the ground behind us. Inhale, reach the left arm up, stretch long. Exhale, slight bend forward. Turn the thumb down, bend the elbow, reach the right hand back and see if the right hand can hook fingers with the left hand. And if not, then if you have a towel or something that you can string between the two hands, that would be helpful. And then try to lift your chest. Look over your right shoulder. And then if you're holding a towel or if you're holding your hands together, that left hand can pull that right hand to roll that right shoulder open a little more. And then you'll see that really the breath is what's going to open it the most. Stay here and just turn your head the other way. Notice the change in sensation. And release. Let that left knee come out to the side. Foot to the inner right thigh. Right foot flex. Push down into the right leg, engaging your right thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lead with your heart. Try to lengthen forward, not down. Forward, stretch, stretch, stretch. Then let the hands relax. Let the elbows drop, the shoulders drop, the head drop. And then keep pressing down into the ground with your right leg. And as you inhale, try to get long through the torso. As you exhale, draw the belly to the spine. Relaxing more. Scan the body for places that are holding and let them go. And roll yourself up. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale down. Keep inhaling and exhaling as you straighten your left leg. Right fingers around the right big toe. You can do the same with the left hand or just leave the hand on the ground beside you and cycle back. Stay with your breath. Cycle forward. And then hold the leg straight. Bring the left hand to the outside of the leg, or if it reaches the foot, to the outside of the foot. Start with the right hand on the ground behind you to push into the ground and lift tall and straight through the spine. Exhale and turn your ribs, your belly, your chest, your gaze. Send the right arm back. Flex the feet. Expand the breath. Let your mind settle into that gentle feeling of opening and relaxing, like waves in the ocean, moving in and out. Use an inhale to come back to the front, bending that right foot onto the ground, left hand on the ground behind you. And again, there's a space between the foot and the thigh. For me, it's like 2.5 inches, whatever it is for you, to line up that heel with the sit bone. Inhale, reach the right arm up, get long, and then just lean forward, not rounding forward, just leaning forward, so hinging a little at the hips. Turn the thumb down, bend the elbow, reach the left hand back. Try to take hold of the right hand using whatever you have handy to string between the two if the hands don't reach. And then lifting through the chest, rolling the left shoulder open, looking over that left shoulder. Look over the right shoulder, keep everything else the same. You might pull that left hand a little bit with the right hand. Use an inhale to come back to front. Release the hands and let the right knee fall out to the side with the foot at the inner thigh. Inhale up, flex that left foot, press down into the left thigh. Exhale, draw the belly in, reach the chest forward, reach the arms forward. And when you've gone as far forward as you can let your hands rest down, let your elbows drop, shoulders, head. But continue with each inhale to try to get longer, pushing the back of the left thigh into the ground. As you exhale, hollow out the belly. On an inhale, roll yourself up, reach up. And exhale, release the arms down. Bring that left foot in. Flip over your feet onto hands and knees. Lining up your hands or fists under your shoulders. The knees under the hips. And then we'll bend at the waist, bringing the hips and the shoulders toward each other to the left, looking over the left shoulder. And then bend at the waist, bringing the right shoulder toward the right hip, looking over that shoulder. And then just go side to side. See how the breath might serve you. Where does the inhale want to come? Where does the exhale fall out? Back to center. Bring the knees together. Circle the hips around. So more lubrication for the knees and the hips. And then the other way. And back to center. Bring the knees hip width apart again. Now, we're going to both circle and do cat and cow. So it takes a bit to get it. So just have patience with yourself. So we're going to, let's just start with a cow. A cow where the eyes are up and the hips are up. And then go sideways. Then go down into cat. Go sideways. And then go up and side. So the head is circling around, but it's not just the head. The body is going both side to side and up and down. So when the head goes right, the hips are right. When the head goes left, the hips go left. When the head goes up, the hips go up, etc. And then circle the other way. So really nice lubrication for the spine. And back to neutral. Let's come down onto the forearms. Walk the forearms forward and place the elbows and hands together. Then bend the elbows, sending the hips back, resting your face on your biceps. Sinking down through the chest and the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep sending the hips back. And shift the hips forward, bringing the hands down, lifting the head. Bring the elbows shoulder width apart. Send the knees out to the side and lower the hips down. Keeping right angles at the knees, right angles at the feet. Take the knees as wide apart as they'll go. And then if you can come all the way down onto your chest and you want to rest your forehead on your stacked hands, you can do that. And see if with each exhale you can sink a little more, let go a little more. It's not a doing, it's an undoing. If you're all the way down, come back up onto your elbows. Bring the legs in and lay down onto your pelvis with the elbows under the shoulders and the hands shoulder width apart. And then pull the hands toward you, drawing the back ribs forward, the chest out and the eyes up, and then roll the shoulders down the back. And release down, stack hands, rest the forehead, rest the heels. So for me, I like to let them flop out. I know some of you, it feels restful to let them come in. Just letting go of the legs. Then place the hands under the shoulders with the elbows bent and really close to the body. Press down into the pubic bone, the pelvis, the tailbone. We'll start with a low cobra, lifting the head without pressing into the hands. So the hands, no weight in the hands, they're just resting there. Use the breath to peel your ribs up even more without using your hands. Just notice how the fullness of your breath can float you up. Letting the shoulders relax down the back. And then rest down again. Relax the legs, the head. Smooth breath in and out. And bring the hands back under the shoulders, elbows hugging beside your ribs, hips pressing down. And you can come into that low cobra that we just did if that's what your body needs or prefers, or you can come fully into a king cobra, pushing into the hands. Now, what's important about a cobra is, it's a snake. It curves. It's not a bend. So I'm not seeing this, but I know some of you are there that I can't see. So just to be clear, you're not bending your body in half at the back. You're trying to, I don't know if you can see the difference, it's kind of subtle, but you're trying to make it curved. So it's not just the lower back that's bending, but the mid back and the upper back as well. So you're trying to bring your chest forward. You can even do that little pull with your hands back toward the feet. And then let the fullness of your breath open your heart even more. Shoulders are back, chest is wide, and release down, resting for a moment. You don't have to rest on your hands. If you want to just rest your cheek on the ground, that's fine too. Feel the body breathing with the earth. And then bend the knees so the feet are in the air. And we're going to do a windshield wiper, just letting the knees drop from side to side. This is actually a really good pose if you're having digestive upset. You can maybe even feel how it kind of massages your colon. If the knees don't like it, don't do it. And then come back to center. Widen the knees, bringing the soles of the feet together. And get the knees to go as wide as they'll go. And then try to bring the inner ankles down toward the ground while also pressing the tailbone down. And if you were opting to be on one cheek rather than resting your forehead and you haven't turned your cheek yet, please do. Find the fullness of the breath. And then bring the hands under the shoulders, bring the knees together, and release the feet down. Push into your hands, pressing yourself up. Leave your hands where they are, curl the toes under, and press the knees up. Good. Now bend the elbows out to the side and just notice what that does in the shoulders. So maybe come back to the starting point, close your eyes and feel into the shoulders and then bend the elbows. See how the shoulders can broaden? And then roll the elbows down toward the ground. See what that does in the shoulders. And then straighten the arms. And then sometimes this shifts a lot of weight into the outer edge of the hand or the heel of the hand. So you want to press into the index finger and thumb. And that might help you get a little more length in the spine. Let the head and heart sink down. Breathe the breath nice and full and slow and long. Inhale, lift the right leg up, look forward. Exhale, step the foot up between the hands. And we'll just take this runner's lunge. And as always, if you prefer, you can bring the knee onto the ground for a traditional lunge, or you can bring the arms up, the one arm version, the two arm version. See what's going to work for you, but keep your runner's lunge. So we're not moving into a warrior pose. The thing about the runner's lunge, so if you're doing the standing version, humor me and come back into runner's lunge. And notice how low you have to go in order for your hands to be able to touch the ground. And then don't get any higher. Just lift the body. And then, Michael, move your right foot forward a little bit so that the ankle is under the knee and the knee's not overly stressed. And then if you're in the runner's lunge where your back knee is on the ground, you can relax your back toes. And then bring the tailbone forward. If you're in the runner's lunge, press back through your left heel. Good. Now, if you're in a knee down version, bring your knee up. And then we'll all bring the back heel onto the ground and lift the body if it's not already lifted. Rotate the belly to the left. Right hand on the right thigh. Index finger to thumb. Left arm overhead. Gazing up past your left arm. And then push back through your left foot and forward through your left hand. And breathe as though the breath can travel from the foot to the fingers. And then bring the hands down on either side of the foot. Lift the back heel, slip back into downward dog. Inhale the left foot up, look forward. Exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Drop the hips. If you want to bring the knee down, that's fine. If you want to lift the arms up, that's fine. Any variation that satisfies your body. Keep those hips nice and low. If your back knee is lifted, press back through your back foot. If your back knee is on the ground, you can relax your back foot. And then we'll all try to tuck the tailbone under, bring it forward. If you're in the low lunge, then please lift your back knee. We'll all rotate that right heel onto the ground. Bring the left forearm onto the left leg, index finger to thumb, Gyan Mudra. Right arm reaching overhead. And then really push like there's a tug of war between your right foot and your right hand, moving in opposite directions. Maybe the eyes are closed and you can really feel the breath streaming up that right side. And then if The arms are lifted. Well, yeah, all of us have a lifted arm. Sorry about that. Bring the hands down and then step the back foot forward. And then curl the spine, tuck the chin, roll yourself up, reaching up. Inhale. And exhale the arms down. And 2 more breaths like that. Stand for a moment with the eyes closed. Feeling feet, feeling body, feeling breath. And then step the feet together. Bend the knees and bring your hands onto the knees. And then circle the knees around. And circle the other way. And come back to center. Roll yourself up. Reach the arms up. You can separate the feet a little if you like. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release over. Again, inhale, look up, push down into the feet. Exhale over. One more like that. Let's take the elbows and let the elbows hang down. Let the head relax inside the frame of the arms. And release the hands to the ground. Bend your knees deeply, keeping your toes curled under. Bringing the knees all the way to the ground if you're able, with the toes curled under. And then bring your hands onto your thighs. And we'll do some lion's breath here. So we take a breath in through the nose. On the out breath, the hands shoot out. The fingers shoot out like lion claws. The eyes open really wide and roll up. And the mouth opens really wide and the tongue comes down toward the chin. So inhale, neutral. Exhale, go. One more. And then bring the hands to the ground. Uncurl the toes. Kick them into the ground. Kicking the feet. And cross the feet at the ankles. Come back behind your feet and come onto your back. With the knees bent, lift your hips and tuck them under and lower back down. And then release the legs out and shake them out. And if you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes. And then we'll all let the arms rest out, away from the body with the palms up. And let the legs rest out away from each other, relaxing the feet. And now we're going to inhale and we're going to squeeze the toes and squeeze and point and feel the calves squeezing as the pointing is squeezing, and exhale and relax. And then inhale and squeeze the buttocks and squeeze the thighs, squeeze tight. And exhale and relax. And inhale, squeeze the belly, squeeze the whole torso, squeezing tight. And relax. Inhale, squeeze the fists, squeeze all the muscles in the arms, hug the muscles to the bones, nice and tight, tighter. Squeeze and relax. And inhale and squeeze the face, squeeze the neck, almost like the skin on the top of your head is squeezing, tight, and relax. And just feel the body resting on the ground. Sinking into the earth. And you can imagine arms coming up from below the earth, up through the earth, wrapping themselves around you and hugging you and drawing you gently toward it. And then you can just let the breath breathe for you. Know that the life force is moving completely on its own, doesn't need help. And you can just let the mind relax in the knowing of the breath, just as the body relaxes on the ground, deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock side to side. Feeling the ground, massaging your back. And then come center, bring the hands together, the soles of the feet together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll over onto your side. Rest your head on your lower arm. Rest your body on the ground. Keep resting your mind and the experience inside of you. Perhaps sensation, perhaps energy, thought, image, feelings, some combination. And then lifting your head up last, slowly start to come up to sitting. Sitting any way you're comfortable. Sinking into the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.